Obviously, you're not feeling too well if you're here today. Okay, can I get your name? Good. And your date of birth? Okay, good. Yes, I'm wearing a mask today. It is flu season, and we want to take as many precautions as possible. First, can I ask you, did you get a flu shot? Okay. All right. And it says here on your chart that you're here today because you're having cold or flu-like symptoms. Do you have a cough? Okay. How's your throat? Pretty sore. Okay. How about your nose? Do you have congestion? Yes. Okay. Anything else? All right. Write that down. Have you checked if you have a fever? No? Okay, we're gonna check that today. All right. What about sweating? No? Okay. All right. What about joint pain? All right. Any issues with balance or dizziness? Okay. Have you fallen recently? No? Good. Okay. All right. So, the basics ticked off. Let me go ahead and give you a short examination. Put my gloves on. I'm going to check your glands. Okay, I'm just going to reach for your glands in your neck. Is that okay? Fantastic. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and reach and feel them. Does that hurt at all? Okay. Alright, good. They don't feel swollen, which is a good sign. Yeah. Okay, next, I just want to get a look at your throat. So I'm going to use my tongue depressor here. Can you stick out your tongue and say, ah? Yeah, open your mouth real wide. Okay, say, ah. Ah, really big, really big. Okay, fantastic. And last but not least, I'm going to take your temperature. So go ahead, open your mouth again. I'm going to stick this under your tongue. Okay. And just wait a second. And let's see what it says. Oh, perfect. Yeah, you don't have a fever, which is a really good sign. All right. So I think that you just have a cold. And now colds can be really brutal. And if you don't take really good care of yourself, a cold can develop into a secondary infection like bronchitis or, worst case scenario, pneumonia. And you don't want that. Yeah, those are both pretty bad. So let me get my gloves off. And we're going to take good care of you. Okay, so let me just go ahead and put on some antibacterial lotion. Yeah, colds are caused by viruses, so we can't give you antibiotics. The best you can do is just really let it take its course, unfortunately. But there are a number of things that we can do to make that easier on you. So, first of all, often the biggest thing for people is having a sore throat. Yeah. Alright, now, nobody likes to do this, but the best thing you can do for a sore throat is gargle with salt. I know, yeah. It's best to use warm water or sort of hot water. The salt dissolves more easily and it's nicer on the throat. So what you're gonna do, I have these little salt packets here. Yeah, just dissolve one of these little packets into some hot water. It doesn't have to be boiling. You can get it from the sink, but make sure it's at least warm. So you just dissolve some of this in your water, and then you gargle with it. You want to gargle for at least 30 seconds. I know it's a long time, but trust me, it will make your throat feel better. Yeah, it will. And it is, it sort of helps clear out some of the gunk back there, and it's just one of the best things you can do. So I'm going to go ahead and make you a little goodie bag. I have my bag here. It's pretty fun, even if you have a cold. We've got unicorns and gems and some planets and stars. A cloud up here. So, nice bag. And I'm going to go ahead and throw in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little salt packets for you. Now, only once a day is what you need to do. If your throat really hurts, if you find that it's very soothing, you can do it a second time. But once a day should be good. How long have you had the cold? Yeah, often we find that colds are sort of 3 days going up, so getting worse, then 3 days on, 3 days holding steady, and then 3 days tapering off. Yeah, so you're about in the middle. 5 salt packets should do you. Good, okay. So that's the first part of your goodie basket. The second thing is I'm going to go ahead and give you this thermometer. It's very easy to use. You just saw me use it. I want you to take your temperature, especially if you find yourself getting sweaty. If you wake up at night and you're sweating a lot, go ahead and take your temperature. Because if you do develop a fever of 101, then you might have developed the flu. Yeah. Or again, if your cold lasts a long time and then you suddenly develop a fever, that could be a secondary infection. So we want to keep an eye on that. If you do develop the flu, you can come back here same day, and we're going to get you on some antivirals that will hopefully make the flu last a shorter period of time. Okay, so make sure to keep an eye on your temperature. If your temperature gets to 103 and 104, then you need to go to the hospital. Okay, but we don't think that's going to happen. We're going to take really good care of this cold, and you're going to be just fine. Okay, so there's your thermometer. I'm also going to give you a mask, and I want you to wear this anytime you're in public. So especially if you start coughing, often at the tail end of a cold, there's a lot of coughing as all the gunk is coming out. So I want you to put on this mask if you're going to be at work, at school. These masks are actually better at keeping our germs in than keeping other germs out, if that makes sense. So it's more important for sick people to wear these masks if they have to go in public. It's one of the most helpful things you can do to stop other people from getting sick. So I'll give you a mask into your goodie bag. Okay, and along those lines, I also have a little of this antibacterial. So every time you think maybe you've sneezed into your hand or something, go ahead and use a drop of this and just wipe your hands, because when you're in public, you don't want to be leaving your germs everywhere. Yeah, it's just common courtesy. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna load you up with such good stuff today. You're gonna be feeling so good so soon. Right, I'm also gonna give you some tea because you did say your throat is hurting. My favorite is peppermint tea. There's no caffeine in it because I do want you to get a lot of sleep. In fact, along with the salt gargling, sleep is the most important thing you can do to fight off a cold. Yeah, so if you decide, oh, I'm only gonna get 4 hours of sleep tonight, then you might get bronchitis. But if you go ahead, if you think, I'm tired, maybe it's only 8 p.m., maybe it's only 9 p.m., but I'm sleepy, I'm gonna go to sleep, let your body decide. That's the best thing you can do. So this is herbal tea, non-caffeinated, but go ahead and keep putting hot liquid Just keep drinking hot liquid. Fluids are good. The hot liquid is really going to soothe the throat. If you have your own favorite herbal tea, drink that, but I'm going to give you, let's go with 6 packets of peppermint tea. Yeah. Alright, let's see. You have the disinfectant, a mask, tea, salt, a thermometer. Again, if anything gets worse, come back and see me. But if not, the last thing I'm going to put in your goodie bag is a Snickers, because just because you have a cold doesn't mean you have to be miserable. So have a little fun-sized Snickers. Pop this in here. And I'm going to give this to you. So I hope that your cold gets better very quickly. But again, come and see us if it gets worse. Yeah, we want to be really careful this flu season and make sure that everyone is healthy and doing their best. Wash your hands a lot, drink a lot of hot fluid,